This is the plant growing simulation. This is task 32 on the preparation worksheet. Test the simulation by running the program, choosing to run the simulation for 5 years, choosing Y to load a file, entering the file name as unknownseeds.txt. And it's asking you to consider the user interface. Is this good user interface design? So let's just run the program. 5 years, let's say yes, and then let's type in the file name unknownseeds.txt. And even though the file doesn't exist, what it's getting at is that the program still does something. So unknown seeds is not one of the files that you get given with the skeleton program. So the answer is that no, this is not clear. So what it wants you to do is to put in a message and to kind of inform the user what happens. It just defaults to a new field. Rather than loading the seeds from a file, it will just default to the blank field. So task B, the program is to be extended so the user is informed when an invalid file has been entered. Make updates to the read file subroutine to inform the user when a file has not been found. Let's have a look at this. So in read file, and this is using this construct that's not actually mentioned in your syllabus, but a try except exception handling statement. We can see here that the open function will crash if the given file name is not found in the working directory. So instead of crashing the program, the program handles this using the except statement, and this is the point in which it defaults to just creating a new field. So what we need to do here is just make the user interface a little bit clearer by printing out a message to tell the user what's going on. Let's just test that again. Let's just fix my tabs issue again. So document, indent type, spaces, document, replace tabs with spaces. Try again. So we want to do 5 years, and we want to load a thing from data from file unknownseeds.txt. And now we should see that a message is explaining what's actually going on. Couldn't find that file, creating a new field instead. I think what might be slightly better is to pause before running the new simulation. So I'd put in a blank input statement there. So look at task C for this question. So the programmer decides that the program should do this automatically for them when needed. Bit of a miswritten question, but what it's asking you to do here is to put in a feature so that it adds the file extension if the file extension is missing. I think I've maybe deleted a question and that's made this a little bit confusing. So make updates to the read file subroutine to add the missing .txt file extension when needed. A really helpful string method here is to utilize the ends with method, or technique, I should say. You can see that this returns true if the given string ends with some substring. So what we want to do here is we want to work out when text is missing, the file extension is missing, rather than crashing or rather than running the except statement. We just want to add this for the user. So we've got file name here, so we can say something like, if file name ends with .txt is false, then all we need to do for the user is to add on string concatenation. We want to add on the missing file extension. We can print the message as described. So we need to say something like, added this for you, added this. Hold on a second, I've lost where I am. I think you meant filename.txt. I fixed this for you. Again, using an F string to format in. file name. And now let's just, one thing I need to do is I need to make sure that I've now got a valid file inside the directory, which I don't. Well, I'll show you anyway, even though it's not going to be able to load the file because I don't have any of the data files to hand. So this is question 32. Right, let's put in 5. Let's say yes. So let's say, I think there's a file called something like happy seeds, right? So even if you don't put in happy seeds with the file extension happyseeds.txt, the program will now automatically add the file extension for you. Just in my case, this file doesn't exist, so it's also going to run this, but this will work and will load the file even if the file extension is missing.